These doors. Go And it's pretty quiet, y'all. I'm looking for somebody, so I'm just trying to see what she said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, somebody saying my name. Oh, oh, mhm. Did you sign in? No. Okay, I didn't sign in. Okay, she was like, you have to sign in. Okay, I was making sure. She said you have to sign in and to get your agenda. I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. I went live. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, so we live.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for the vote, and I appreciate you guys nominating me for the moderator. We're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing on the agenda is to have a motion to accept the minutes from the April 11th, 2023 meeting, annual town hall meeting as posted. Can I get a motion? Got a motion? Can I get a second? Now I'm going to open up the floor for any questions or comments regarding the minutes from the last annual town hall meeting. Go up to the. They get what? Yeah, okay.
I noticed in the minutes of last year's meeting.
Can you say your name and address,
My name
sir?
is Paul Roberts. I live in Lansing, Illinois. And my wife and I noticed that sometimes people's addresses were published and sometimes they were not. The finance director's home address was published. Many of the speakers' home addresses were published, but the supervisor's was not. Now, the Illinois Open Meetings Act clearly states that public commenters do not need to include their home addresses. And in light of some retaliatory behavior, my wife did not want to broadcast my home address.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else? Okay, now we're gonna take a voice vote. All in favor? Oh, card vote. All in favor? Hold up your card of approving the minutes from the April 11th, 2023 annual town hall meeting. Keep them up. All opposed? Motion passed. Now we're going to ask a representative from the Finance Department to present the annual General Assistance Fund report.
Good evening. Robert Hunt, 17744 Howe Avenue, Homewood, Illinois. I will be reading the General Assistance Fund report. We, the undersigned trustees and town clerk, the said town authority, do hereby certify that we have this day examined the foregoing account, voucher, and report, etc. of Tiffany A. Henry, Supervisor and ex-official treasurer of the Thornton Township General Assistance Fund, said town authority. That we find the same in all respects correct and true, that there appears on the 29th day of February, 2024, a balance of $965,038.11 in a checking account at Chase Bank, Harvey, Illinois, and $1,349,029.98 in investments. Signed this 9th day of April 2024. Approved this 9th day of April 2024. Town Authority, Office of the Overseer of the Poor, Office of General Assistance. The following is a statement by Tiffany A. Henry, Supervisor of the Town Authority in the county and state for sale, of the amount of public funds received and dispensed by her during the fiscal year just closed, ending on the 29th day of February 2024, showing the amount of public funds on hand at the commencement of said fiscal year, the amount of public funds received, and from what sources received, the amount of public funds dispensed, and for what purposes dispensed during the said fiscal year ending as foresaid. The said Tiffany A. Henry, being duly sworn, doth depose and say that the following statement by her subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of public funds on hand at the commencement of the fiscal year above stated, the amount of public funds received, and the sources from which received, and the amount of expense and purposes for which expense as set forth in the following statement. Subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day of April 2024. Town Authority, General Assistance Fund Revenue, March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. Real estate taxes, $8,187,171.86. Miscellaneous, total miscellaneous, $3,046,245.71. Total general assistance fund revenue, $11,233,417.57. Town Authority General Assistance Fund expenditures, March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. Administration Division, total administration division, $2,972,402.81. Relief Division, total relief division, $123,358.28. Food Pantry, total food pantry, $3,929,258.02. General Assistance Fund revenue, $11,233,417.57. Total General Assistance Fund expenditures, negative $7,025,019.11. Net change in fund balance, $4,208,398.46. Town Authority General Assistance Fund balance sheet, February 29, 2024. Assets, total assets, $19,093,786.84. Liabilities, total liabilities, $5,754,429.73. Fund balance, and in fund balance, $13,339,357.11. Total liabilities and fund balance, $19,093,786.84. $786.84. Town of Thornton General Assistance Fund, cash on hand, February 29, 2024. Cash on hand, February 28, 2023, $2,146,893.32. Breakdown of cash on hand, February 29, 2024, $965,038.11. Breakdown of investments on hand, February 28, 2023, $1,656,310.98. Breakdown of investments on hand, February 29, 2024, $1,349,029.98. Town Authority General Assistance from March 1, 2023 through February 29, 2024, as required by Illinois Compliance Statute. Total amount of the 2023 General Assistance Fund tax levy for the payment of General Assistance Fund indebtedness and charges was $10,717,728.00. Total amount of outstanding town indebtedness as of February 29, 2024, $97,682.46. Town Authority General Assistance Fund outstanding indebtedness February 29, 2024. Total outstanding indebtedness $97,682.46. That concludes the General Assistance Fund report.
Thank you. Now we're going to open up the floor for any questions or comments. Okay, so we need a motion to approve the general assistance report as read.
Not yet. We've got one question.
Hold on, we need a motion first. Somebody make a motion?
I make a motion to approve the general assistance fund report as read.
Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Ooh.
Can the person who made the first motion announce your name?
Kiana Belcher.
And the second?
Ashley Davis. Ashley Davis. Yeah, Ashley Davis.
Now we can open up the floor for comments and questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Algie Cribbins, Crivens, 404 Llewellyn, Calumet City, Illinois. Just have one question. To me, it sounds like the general fund had a surplus and not a deficit. I just wanted to get clarification on that.
The report I just read was the General Assistance Fund, and yes, they had a surplus this year. That amount was $4,208,398.46, and that was the General Assistance Fund.
Thank you. Now, all in favor to approve the general assistance? Oh, you have no comment, go ahead.
Bill Lyons, 16834 Luella, South Holland. You know, he went through a lot of numbers here. Is there any reason why we can't have an attachment that has the details so that we can follow these numbers? I think last year there was a similar recommendation, and I think there was a commitment that that information would be provided. And I don't know if anybody here can follow all those numbers. No. Well, I don't know what that is, but, you know, I think it would make a lot more sense if the people in this room had access to the numbers that you read, and then we can ask intelligent questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Wendy Coleman, 42 East Grandview Drive in South Holland, Illinois. I was eager to get my hands on the numbers, and unfortunately, they were not available until yesterday. I had to come down into the town hall and get a paper copy. But I think going forward, as long as it's when, I guess they're supposed to be provided, giving 48 hours notice at least. that they be posted online so that people could pull the numbers and review them in advance of the meeting. This is a lot of information, and it took me some time to go through it. So just to hear the numbers now without having it in front of them is really not fair to people because they don't know what they're voting on, to be quite frank. But I think going forward, posting them online, along with the meeting minutes, because I couldn't find those for any period in 2024 either. Prior years, yes, but none of them for 2024 January on. So if those could be posted online along with this kind of information going forward, I think that would be great.
Thank you. Anybody else for questions or comments?
Mary Ava, 15101 Blackstone in Dalton, Illinois. I think it was stated that the bank was chased in Harvey. Am I correct? Because I don't believe, someone correct me, I don't believe there is a chase in Harvey.
Anybody else with questions or comments regarding the general assistance report?
So long, they just red numbers and it's a bank in Harvey and
My only question is, does this get audited and what's the timing for the audit, if so by third party, independent?
Robert, do you want to answer that? Or?
Yes, every year Thornton Township financial statements do get audited every single year. Been getting audited for the last 10 years since I've been here and before there, and we also been winning rewards for our transparency for our financial statements. So to answer your question, yes, they have been audited and continue will be audited. When this audit should probably be ready, I want to say about August. Given it has to be reported to states at least 6 months after the info, so probably August, September. But I can provide you last year's audit, the year before that, every single other year. But we just closed our books February, so you have to give it time.
Thank you. Anybody else with questions or comments?
Hello. Tanya Owens, Lansing, Illinois. I just want to know, and get me right if I'm wrong. I heard this morning as I'm getting dressed about Dalton and the funds. Sure, like for $400 a month, an hour. But yet and still, the village claimed they're $7 million in the hole. So I want somebody to help me make sense out of how can you be that deep in the hole and you want to pay $400 an hour? No, I'm not a plant baby. But I just want somebody to make sense because I think everybody are in their feelings and not thinking about what's going on. Because who's going to pay the $400? Who's going to pay the $400? I mean, did anybody think about that? Oh, so I can't give up. It's a village, it's a township. But when you open up, but wait a minute, I thought Dalton was a part of the township. But
It is.
But when you open up this meeting, you all did the pledge. And y'all said, for justice for all. Now come on, y'all. We all in this together. The water is cloudy. We all know that. I'm not denying that. But all I say, who's going to pay that $400 an hour? Think about this. The same people.
That paid that $1 million in 2 years. You, me, and
And that's what I'm saying. So how we gonna get? We gonna have calm down. Let's keep it order.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
I don't want you guys to go back and forth.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your comment. We will take that consideration. That's a good question. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Moderator, you have to control the floor. We're not here for a show. We're here to get facts.
Seeing that there's no questions or comments,
we're gonna take a vote to approve the general assistance report as read. All in favor? All in favor, raise your card. Hold them up. Okay, thank you. All opposed? Okay, motion passed. So next on the agenda, we're gonna have the representative from the Finance Department to read the annual general fund report.
Robert Hunt, 17744 Howe Avenue, Homewood, Illinois. I will read the annual report for the general fund. We, the undersigned, trustees and town clerk of said town of Thornton, do hereby certify that we have this day presented the foregoing account, voucher, annual report, etc. of Tiffany A. Hayes, Supervisor and ex-official treasurer of the Thornton Township General Fund of said town of Thornton. That we find the same in all respects correct and true, that there appears on the 29th day of February 2024 a balance of $770 in express deposit account, a balance of $1,073,279.70 in the BMO operating account, a balance of $29,521.06 in the BMO flexible spending account, a balance of $695,381.93 in the BMO money market account, a balance of $1,000 in the BMO tax refund account, a balance of $2,619.87 in Old National Bank, a balance of $9,759,958.99 in Illinois funds, a balance of $5,535,768.95 in investments. Signed this 9th day of April 2024. Approved this 9th day of April 2024. Town of Thornton, General Fund, Office of the Supervisor. The following is a statement by Tiffany A. Henry, Supervisor of the Town of Thornton in the County and State for said, of the amount of public funds received and expensed by her during the fiscal year just closed, ending on the 29th day of February 2024, showing the amount of public funds on hand at the commencement of the said fiscal year, the amount of public funds received and from what sources received, the amount of funds expensed and for what purposes expensed during the said fiscal year, ending as foresaid. The said, Tiffany A. Henry, being duly sworn, does depose and say that the following statement by her subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of public funds on hand at the commencement of the fiscal year above stated, the amount of public funds received and the sources from which received, and the amount expensed and for what purposes which expensed as set forth in the following statement, subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day of April 2024. Town of Thornton, General Fund, Revenue, March 1, 2023 through February 29, 2024, real estate taxes. Total real estate taxes, $10,098,456.08. Investment income, total investment income, $743,620.40. Other income, refunds and reimbursements, total other income, refunds and reimbursements, $7,732,723.68. Total general fund revenue, $18,141,900.68. $574,800.16. Town of Thornton General Fund expenditures, March 1, 2023 through February 29, 2024. Administration Division. Total Administration Division, $4,368,033.20. Special Services, total Special Services, $146,531.24. HAP Division, total HAP Division, $1,068,829.02. Department of Youth Services, total Department of Youth Services, $2,141,943.33. Transportation Division, total Transportation Division, $1,005,133.51. Community Outreach Engagement, total Community Outreach and Engagement, $1,748,048.70. Senior Service Division, total Senior Service Division, $1,563,350.57. Cemetery Department, total Cemetery Department, $11,500.00. Clerk's Department, $16,491.98. Assessor Division, total Assessor Division, $372,031.91. Expenditures, total General Fund expenditures, $12,441,933.46. Total General Fund revenue, $18,574,816. I'm sorry, $18,574,800.16. Total General Fund expenditures, negative $2,441,933.46. Net change in fund balance, $6,132,866.70. Town of Thornton General Fund balance sheet, February 29, 2024. Assets, total assets, $30,918,968.17. Liabilities, total liabilities, $19,327,527.86. Fund balance, ending fund balance, $11,591,440.31. Total liabilities and fund balance, $30,918,968.17. Town of Thornton General Fund, cash on hand, February 29, 2024. Cash on hand, February 28, 2023. $5,761,549.49. Breakdown of cash on hand, February 29, 2024. $11,562,531.55. Investments on hand, February 28, 2023. $5,291,238.88. Investments on hand, February 29, 2024. $5,535,768.95. Town of Thornton General Fund, March 1, 2023 through February 29, 2024, as required by Illinois Compliance Statute. The total amount of 2023 General Fund tax levy as follows. Thornton Township General Fund, $4,019,469.00. Thornton Township Youth Tax, $2,600,384.00. Thornton Township Senior Tax, $2,600,384.00. For the payment of general fund indebtedness and charges was $9,220,237.00. Total amount of standing indebtedness as of February 29, 2024, $175,762.79. Town of Thornton General Fund outstanding indebtedness February 29, 2024. Total outstanding indebtedness, $175,762.79. That concludes the general fund report.
Can I get a motion to approve a motion to approve the general fund report as read? Can I get a second? A motion and a second. I'll open the floor for questions and comments.
Yeah, again, I did have the opportunity to go through it, so I do have some questions. I feel for people who didn't have the opportunity. I see a $1.1 million, almost $1.2 million loan payment. Is that paid off, or is that a recurring expense? Is that something that was tied to the $5 million from last year, or is this every year? And so what is that loan tied to? What indebtedness, I guess, is that 1.5, 1.1? It's on page 5. That's a pretty hefty expense. That's why I was wondering, is this a recurring payment? This 1.2 million, it rounds to $1.2 million. It's of the general fund, page 5, toward the bottom.
Yes, yeah, that's, yeah, we have a private placement loan, that was approved, I want to say last year, it was last year, we took a loan out for $5 million and paid back about $1 million each year for the,
So this is an ongoing expense
for the next 4 years.
for the next 4 years, okay. So there is a debt then that's aligned to that expense. It's not just I mean, it's an ongoing, it's an ongoing debt, it's not just we're making the payment, but I know we usually show all of our capital, but we don't have that debt showing it here, I don't see anywhere. So that's one item. We just show the payment going in, but not the debt. I said, I worked in private, corporate, I've never worked for government, so I'm not used to this kind of spending. In government, we actually got a little bit tighter than this for private, but in corporate. The other thing here, this grant project, I wasn't familiar with that, the $861,000. Is that something that happened, or is that, I hadn't heard of that. I'm a resident, long-time resident. It's on page 8, $861,000 of a grant project that is showing as an expense, an expenditure. Can anyone speak to what that is? Does anyone know? I'm sure. Okay.
We had we was awarded money from the state where I want to say we gave about 75 youth throughout the Thornton Township college scholarships. So that was part of that. We also hired youth throughout the Thornton Township and placed them in different municipalities to work with. We also did the Mental Health Youth Summit. That's just some stuff from the finance aspect. I don't know if we have someone that was in that outreach that could tell you more. We even had CPR when we went to all the different high schools in Thornton Township. We did CPR for about maybe 600 kids. I'm just speaking from finance, but they could tell you like the more, I don't know who's someone else can speak, but those are some of the different programs. We also did EMT training for some of you. We got $1 million from the state, and so that was 800 spent this year and 200 spent the year before. So we had a $1 million grant, and those are something I can think on top of it. I give you a whole list about all of them. Yes, we have a whole detailed budget. Salaries came out, and whoever worked on the project.
Thank you for that. And I apologize for taking all this time. I'm just doing this for the benefit of the people who haven't had a chance to look at this, because I have, so I feel like I have an advantage. The other question I had was about And I don't understand that, so the other receivables, I'm just assuming that's a bundling of some other, money. The only other comment, and I'm not trying to be a wisecrack, but like I said, I worked in corporate for 42 years. You guys be good. I've never seen a budget like this. Vendors didn't pay $53,000 and chicken and, I mean, we would eat like that on special occasions when we would have a corporate event, which was not usual, or we would have, people come flying out to New York in the big, conference room, that sort of thing for a big meeting. But on the norm, this is a lot for I worked for Fortune 500, Fortune 100. So this looks like a lot for what I view as a small organization. So that's just a comment.
Robert, I have a question for you too. Make sure you tell them what's your surplus, like you did for the general assistance fund. What's your surplus for the general fund, please?
And can I just say something about that one too? I want to just say, John, when you talk about the $53,000, I was like, that's for our senior meals, where we pay a monthly fee, where we serve meals to seniors at Riverdale, Calumet City Chicken. So when you say that $53,000, that's an outstanding bill for all the meals we serve for seniors for the month before. I just don't want you, I don't want you, so yeah, $53,000, but we can give you numbers how many seniors get fed that month and how many people said, these seniors be happy about getting those meals, picking them up. So I just want to let you know about, you said that number. It's a big number, but it's touching a lot of seniors. Well, I was talking about that one for John. We said $50 from Giant Catering. I was letting you know what that. We can go through the other ones too. I was letting you know about that. The surplus was $6,132,866.70.
Thank you.
How you doing, board? I am Jedediah, and I'm just learning how the township works. And I listened to the report that was just given. It's nice to finally see Supervisor Hinyard in person.
Excuse me.
So if I can explain,
I was actually going to speak to the report. You didn't give me enough time.
So are you an elector of the township?
I'm not.
Okay, then you cannot speak during this time. You can speak during regular public comment.
And when is that?
That is at the end of the meeting.
I got time already.
I'm Garvis Watts, 15749 South Park Avenue, South Holland, Illinois. In the last meeting, I was informed that there was a mental health program. I didn't hear that. Is there a line item budget for the mental health program?
Budget, we're still in the budget process. We're going to be presenting the board the budget in 2 weeks, and we plan on passing it in May. So I would say, if I can speak about that, are you saying for our current budget or the next upcoming budget? Okay. Yes. This is line item, yes. Say yes.
Do you know what the amount?
I don't have that budget in my hand. No. I mean, I can give you that line. I just don't have it.
I'm sorry, I missed most of the report that we're about to vote on. No, tell us. Tell us where you're going to post it online. But it appears that the finance director has something significant to hide from the public. Since the beginning of the year, I've been trying to arrange a 15-minute with him just to get 2 numbers from 2023. He has my contact information, but a staff member here told me he would answer my questions through FOIA, but that is not the case. Why are FOIA requests being blocked? The township board voted at the last meeting to pay X thousand dollars to settle a lawsuit. but the only numbers that my FOIA request produced was the annual report from Frank Zuccarelli's last year in office. Now, I understand that this year's report won't be available until August or September. And I expect it is going to be audited.
Sir, we can only ask questions right now related to the report that was just read. We're gonna have public comments at the end. If you wanna get up and speak again on your issues, you can.
Okay. My comment was, it seems like he's hiding things from the public.
Hello everyone, my name is Orisha Matosa Egbesemirone. I live on 15324 Ingleside Avenue, South Holland. I'm 23 and I'm trying to become more inept in my civic duties. One of the things that I'm a firm believer of, especially as a software engineer, is that data drives decisions. My question for the board today is, it seems that there's a lot of data that's been presented in these annual reports. My first question is, I just went on the Thornton Township website and the website seems a bit confusing. I would like to know where specifically the numbers associated with Mr. Roberts' report would be post meeting today. But then my second question would be, if we have time to present the meetings from last year's meeting, and we also have time to print out the agenda, why can't we also print out the numbers associated with the annual report? That way us as electors can make educated decisions instead of just voting on numbers that are being basically rapid fired at us. I don't think that's fair for us as electors, and I think that if we want civic engagement, we need to provide the data necessary to make educated decisions. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions or comments?
Rashonda Hall, 16538 Greenwood Avenue, South Holland, Illinois. Since there is a motion on the floor, you are taking questions. I think the membership, I'd like to request that we postpone this voting on this motion in accordance with Robert Rules of Order, because I think the membership and electors here need more time to consider the question under discussion. And I'd like to postpone it until our next meeting, at which time we'd have time to review the materials that were presented.
Just so everyone is aware, with her motion, we would have to postpone the vote until 2025.
And if I may, that could also affect the audits as well as other matters, the ability of the township to collect, spend, and just perform general township duties, to provide general assistance. So my recommendation as the attorney would be to not postpone this until next year, because it has a very lasting impact on a lot of items.
Can I speak now?
Is there a motion?
No. I have a question. I think it's still in discussion, if I'm not mistaken. It is. It's still open for discussion. Okay, my question is,
Is there a second to the motion? To the motion that she made to postpone this until the next annual town hall meeting.
Come on. Yeah, mine was a question that I wanted to put a motion to postpone this decision until we.
Yeah, turn her mic on. Turn her mic back on. Turn her mic back on.
My motion was to postpone the vote so that the membership would have more time to consider the question under discussion.
Why her microphone keep getting turned off?
So the Illinois Township Code provides under Article 30, I believe, that the annual township meeting occur once a year. It's got to be the second Tuesday of every single year. And at that annual town meeting is when these reports are voted on. So these reports do not get voted on at the subsequent township board meeting that is a completely separate type of meeting. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. The second thing is to call a special annual, or to call a special town meeting, there's a whole process. There's publication. You can't just say we're postponing this meeting to a date certain. There's a whole different process that has to be gone under. Yeah, and so the item that's being presented is a report. And it's just saying, when you're approving that, you're saying that the report says what it says. Doesn't necessarily mean you agree with the numbers. It just says that the report says what it says. Ultimately, as Director Hunt had explained, this is something that does get audited. And the audit reports are available. I know that there was other people asking about the audit reports. They're available online on the Illinois Comptroller's website because they have to be filed annually with the Illinois Comptroller. So there's no requirement under the law that they be posted on the township website. However, they are posted on the Illinois Comptroller's website. And in fact, I just looked, and the 2023 audit is on the Illinois Comptroller's website. So if people have questions about prior numbers and audited numbers and what the audits have shown, you can certainly file a FOIA if you'd like, but you can also just go on the Illinois Comptroller's website and pull that information for yourself.
So there's a motion on the floor, I need to rescind it, or if it's already been seconded, I can't rescind it, but.
If it's been seconded, you can rescind it, and the person seconding can rescind their seconding.
Okay, so my question is, are you saying that at this time, there's not a way for us well, you're saying your recommendation is that we don't do it, not that there is not a way for us to postpone the vote to a later time. Thank you, and that's my last question.
My question is going to continue from her question. My question is going to continue because if it's not passed, what happens? It dies anyway, right? So it has to be passed tonight in order. If it don't, what are you going to do when it dies? Because if you don't have, if you don't have the mass vote and it dies on the floor, what happens?
The motion to approve dies?
No,
is that what you're asking?
Yeah. What happens
or the motion
if the motion
second?
is on the floor and you say that she asked that she can possibly postpone the motion or the meeting to another date. So if that is passed, you can do that. But if it's not, it dies on the floor and we don't vote because we don't know what we're voting for. I agree with the guy. A while ago, we used to get reports. We would get the breakdown, even if it was a whole bunch of numbers. All of us didn't know where all the numbers were, but it was in our face that we had those numbers to break down. Now you want us to vote, and Robert, it's no disrespect to you. You want us to vote on something blindly that we don't even know what we're voting on. That's ignorance. A lot of us know, know what's going on, but we need something that we can see what it is that we're voting on.
So the law requires that it either be read aloud or the copies be given, and it has been read aloud. Copies have been available for 48 hours. Copies have been available for 48 hours in accordance with the code.
Not in our hand.
They've been available for public inspection at the clerk's office.
I don't have a computer and I don't know where the clerk's office is. Next.
Right upstairs.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you now. I'm not trying to be controversial, please. Please don't miss Tiffany. I am not trying to, excuse me, I still have the floor. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be controversial. Whatever I get through.
Okay, Julie, it's 3 minutes.
Okay, my thing is, if we don't vote and it dies, what happens? That's my question. Because we're voting to approve something that you're asking us to approve. Just like the minutes, a lot of them maybe weren't even here last year, and they voted on the minutes and didn't even know what happened last year. So they're voting blindly. I was here, I didn't vote because I don't know. So, can I get some order, please? I am on the floor. I didn't interrupt nobody when they were talking.
Everybody, please keep it down while she's speaking.
Thank you. You may not like what I'm saying, but I'm trying to get my point.
Okay, all right, guys, let's be respectful when people are here speaking, okay?
Thank you. Are you done?
Go ahead, Julie.
I just wanted to know what happens when you vote on these things and they don't pass. What happens with the vote? Even though there are minutes that's read and, you know, the financial report, and if you don't get a motion, or you get a motion and a second, but you don't get the quorum to pass it, what happens to the vote? That's all I want to know. And two, if there was a correction on the bank, because Robert said Chase Bank and Harvey. Chase is in or either in South Harlem. So I don't know if that's a major, I don't know if that's major, but there's no Chase in Harvey.
Thank you, Julie.
Can I just ask?
Hold on, you guys, keep it down. Someone's at the podium.
Can I just ask a question about this? This is not, I don't believe this is not the budget going forward, right? This is not the budget. This is reflecting expenditures from last year and revenues from last year up until end of February. This is spent, right? So I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
That is correct, and if I
This is
can
already
respond to your
spent, and
question.
you're just acknowledging, still pending an audit, but acknowledging what was already spent. I'm expecting that a budget based on that is forthcoming. Am I correct? I'm just.
Yes.
We plan on presenting the budget in 2 weeks, and then it's 6 for 30 days for the public to look at it and what we can present.
So I'm personally more interested in seeing the new numbers and having that information in a timely fashion and having it available for proper review in that 30-day period. So I just want to make sure I was understanding. This is not the budget going forward. This is water under the bridge, pretty much.
So I would like to make a motion, even though it's water under the bridge, to suspend the rules.
Ma'am, can you state your name for us, please?
My name is Trina Downs, 15101 Randolph. And so I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules until we can have copies of the financials distributed to the electors. Can I get a second?
Is there a second?
No.
Is there a second for her motion?
Until they make us copies.
Just set up.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to verify there was no second for the motion. There is a motion and a second on the floor. She rescinded her motion.
I look down to you, and as far as I know, through the years that I've been in the township, almost over 30 years, we have always gotten a printout of everything that was detrimental to the citizens here in the township. We have always, especially when it related to figures, and money and things that were distributed to. So, because I had one particular question that I wanted answered in relationship with what you just mentioned, sir, and that was about mental illness. Because my understanding that we've had 2 referendums on 2 different elections, and they were vote vetoed. They were not passed. So I want to know what is happening with the money that's supposedly to have been dedicated for mental illness. Because of the fact that there was so much friction regarding that referendum, I don't know if it's just going to be again reversed or someone will continuously discuss this issue. And if so, if not, where is the money going to that was supposedly allocated for mental illness? And this was something that most of the township, the 17 municipalities, were not in favor of. So I would like a little bit more information regarding that, unless, of course, we're going to table a lot of this information that's going on now, and the referendum will not be discussed at all. We need clarification on a lot of things, Robert, and it has not been done. There are figures that are being thrown out to us here, as we are not comprehensive of exactly what you're stating. How is it relating to us as taxpayers? Okay? If I need a definitive answer, and I'm sure that the majority of our constituents here have the same frame of mind. Thank you.
All right, just to clear everything up once again for everybody that maybe didn't get it, the law states that when we have a town hall meeting, we can recite the numbers to you, which we have done in the past. And for this young lady, she went and got the information in paper form within 48 hours, which we had available to everybody. So it's said that everybody get upset because they have a piece of paper here today to be given to them, when literally all we have to do is recite the numbers to you, or B, you go get the paper from the clerk's office. I'm just telling you what the law is. It's like going to school for a test and you're not prepared. You have to go do the work. So even if we have the paper readily available, people, you're not going to read it that quick. So that's why you're supposed to go get it within 48 hours, read it before you come to this meeting, so you're equipped and ready with questions for us. So I just want to put that out there. So we are getting clarity now from the lawyer, so we can move forward, so we can conclude this meeting, so we can move on with our other agenda items.
She got an attitude. She's with Delgado Law Firm.
Orisha Matosan, Ekbesimi Rone, 15324 Ingleside Avenue, South Harlem. Just a clarifying question. You said that this information is available at the clerk's office. Is that information also duly published online?
No.
And if it is, may I ask where I can access it online?
It's
So
not.
it's not published online? Okay. So then, I guess, yeah, that's really the only question. I believe it should be, but.
Yeah.
As soon as she said the law said, I said, you told her that.
Remember we went over that today? We didn't see
There's
nothing on
a lot of confusion about the information that's being presented and that's being presented. This agenda, I saw this agenda online several weeks ago. Now, if you want people to have the information, you could have clearly put it on this agenda where that information would be posted and when it would be available, and then individuals would have had the opportunity to review the information, print it out, come here. We don't want to provide a copy for people here, but they would have had the information. So, we're standing behind what the law says, but why don't we try to make it easier for the citizen? Put the information on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so
Could I ask if there's any reason why the mic has been turned off? And the live stream. We have people here that have been cut off. We've got a security guard that's rude enough to stand in front of people. This is a public meeting. This is a public meeting. There are people that didn't make it here for whatever reasons, health-wise, whatever. What are we hiding? And I'm Mary Ann.
Okay, for the record, no one's
Thank
lights
you.
off, and if you didn't pay your cell phone bill, that's on you.
Damn.
Just letting you know what it is.
Okay. If there's no other questions and comments, the first motion that was made, the first motion that was made to postpone, okay, everybody keep it down, to postpone the vote, there wasn't seconded, so that dies. The next motion that was made to suspend rules until everybody had a copy of the numbers in their hand, that was seconded by Ms. Donahue. We're gonna take a vote on postponing until everybody has a copy of the financials in their hand. So everybody in favor? Everybody in favor of suspending the rules until we have a copy of the budget in our hands? Please raise your yellow card and hold it up. The report as read.
And just for clarification, it is not the budget, it is the it's the annual financial report. It is a draft.
Okay. Everybody, all of the nays, put your hands up. Everybody not in favor of postponing the rules? Opposed, can you please put your cards up? If you're opposed to postponing until we have a copy of the report in our hand. Everybody that was in favor, please raise your card in.
Well, they count for their life. They count for their life, baby. Chris Gonzalez not voting anyway. He's not voting anyway.
Okay, thank you. Motion failed. Do we have a second? With a motion and a second, is there any questions or comments? He did a superseding motion to approve the general fund report as read. And there was a second. All in favor, please raise your cards.
They just trying to stay at work. They just trying to stay at work.
You guys hold your cards up higher and hold them still.
Why you cracking up, girl? Did you? So what happened when you went over there? You told him to?
He said he said all these people. This shit stage. He said that he cannot. I said he said he can't do it.
Oh wow.
He's not allowed to. I said, so they told you to stand in the box. You standing there. He said,
Okay, all opposed, please put your cards up.
he said, ma'am, trust me, I don't want to be here.
All opposed?
Lord, this is...
All opposed to... Excuse me, can we get security up here? This man just hit her, please.
What? Where Lacey?
I want to see who it is.
A man just hit her.
I want to see who it is.
Who got hit?
I'll make sure one home.
Take care of it. What the heck? What? What the heck is going on?
This is a clown school. This clown school. I'm leaving.
What is going on?
You guys, can everybody have a seat, please?
It's like, what? Who jail for?
What? What is going on?
So now we're going to go ahead and read the report for the road and bridge fund.
I was like, I just looked at the number. Oh yeah, I'm that auntie.
Keep it down, guys, so we can hear the numbers.
I'll be reading your road and bridge report for 2024.
Robert, can you lift the mic up so we can hear you?
We, the unassigned trustee and town clerk of said town of Thornton, do hereby certify that we have this day examined the foregoing accounts, voucher, and report, etc. of Tiffany A. Here, Supervisor and ex-official treasurer of the Thornton Township Road and Bridge Fund of said town of Thornton, that we find the same in all respects correct and true, that there appears on the 29th day of February 2024 a balance of $865,555.10 in a checking account at Old National Bank in Lansing, Illinois, and $1,257,170.74 in investments. Signed this 9th day of April 2004.
All the industry plants that back there.
When?
I mean, I got my back turned. I'm gonna make sure everything's on this 9th day of April 2024. The following is a statement by Tiffany here.
The basketball player? Who is he? I don't know who that is. Oh, Long Island. I couldn't hear you.
By her, the year just closed.
ending the 29th day of February 2024, showing the amount of PLUG funds on hand at the commencement of the said fiscal year, the amount of PLUG funds received and from what sources received, the amount of PLUG funds expensed and for what purposes expensed during the said fiscal year ending as foresaid. Thus said, Tiffany A. Hilliard, being duly sworn, doth depose and say that the following statement by her subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of PLUG funds on hand at the commencement of the fiscal year above stated, the amount of PLUG funds received, and the sources from which received, and the amount expensed and purpose for which expensed as set forth in the following statement, subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day of April 2024. Town of Thornton, Road and Bridge Fund, Office of the Highway Commissioner, as required by Illinois Compliance Statute 605-5/6-201.15. Attached, please find the Road and Bridge Fund annual report for the fiscal year beginning March 1, 2023 and ending February 29, 2024.
Hey guys,
showing
people
the
are,
following.
sorry Robert, can we keep it down, you guys? People are having a hard time hearing. I'm sorry, Robert, go ahead.
The amount of road money received by the district in a full and detailed statement as to how and where it's spent. The amount of liabilities incurred and not paid and an estimated amount owing to each creditor, who shall be named. An inventory of all tools having a present value in excess of $200, machinery and equipment owned by the district in a state of repair of the tools, machinery, and equipment. Subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day, April 2024. April 9th, 2024, to Gary Dupuy, Highway Commissioner, from Tiffany A. Hilliard, ex-official treasurer, Road and Bridge District, regarding 2024 itemized statements of revenue and expenditures as required by 605 Illinois Compliance Statute 5/6-205. I respectfully submit the 2024 Thornton Township Road and Bridge Fund annual report for the fiscal year of March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. I, Tiffany A. Hilliard, being duly sworn, doth depose and say that the following statement submitted by me subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of PLUG funds on hand at the commencement of the fiscal year above stated, the amount of PLUG funds received and the sources from which received, and the amount expensed and purpose for which expensed as set forth in the following statement. Subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day of April 2024. Thornton Township Road and Bridge Fund revenue, March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. Real estate taxes, $721,700.09. Replacement tax, $104,540.11. Investment income, total investment income, $70,052.69. Other revenue, total other revenue, $216,553.64. Total Road and Bridge Fund revenue, $1,112,846.53. Town of Thornton Road and Bridge Fund expenditures, March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. Administration expenditures, total administration expenditures, $81,071.01. Maintenance expenditures, total maintenance expenditures, $6,123.57. Permanent road expenditures, total permanent road expenditures, $647,723.45. Total road and bridge revenue, $1,112,846.53. Total road and bridge expenditures, negative $734,918.03. Net change in fund balance, $377,920.50. Town of Thornton Road and Bridge Fund balance sheet, February 29, 2024. Assets, total assets, $2,920,596.59. Liabilities, total liabilities, $967,293.41. Ending fund balance, $1,953,303.18. Total liabilities and fund balance, $2,920,596.59. Thornton Township Road and Bridge Fund, cash on hand, February 29, 2024. Cash on hand, February 28, 2023, $523,940.49. Breakdown of cash on hand, February 29, 2024, $865,555.10.
Breakdown of investments on hand, February 28, 2023, $1,201,947.81. Breakdown of investment on hand, February 29, 2024, $1,257,170.74. Town of Thornton Road and Bridge from March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024, as required by Illinois compliance statute. Total amount of 2023 Road and Bridge Fund tax levy for the payment of Road and Bridge Fund indebtedness and charges was $806,770.00. Total amount of town indebtedness as of February 29, 2024, $98,066.93. Town of Thornton Road and Bridge outstanding indebtedness February 29, 2024, $98,066.93. Town of Thornton Road and Bridge Fund, tools, machinery, equipment with present value and assets of $200. Description: 993 Beaver Creek flat trailer, condition fair. Easy asphalt roller trailer, poor. 1968 Ford tractor with bush hog, poor. 1983 John Deere tractor with loader and backhoe, poor. 2014 Ford F-350 pickup truck, good. John Deere commercial 36 cab, fair. 2019 Ford F-490, good. 2018 Ford F-350, good. 2022 Ford F-254, excellent. Tractor skid steer, excellent. John Deere tractor, excellent. 2022 F-554, excellent. Standard X mower, excellent. Buffalo trailer, excellent. That concludes the Road and Bridge report.
Thank you, Robert. Is there a motion to approve the Road and Bridge report as read? There's a motion. Is there a second? Motion and a second. All in favor? Hold your cards up. We're going to open the floor for discussion. Any questions, comments? No question and comments?
You got somebody.
How y'all doing? It's Ronald Muhammad, 155-35 Lexington, Harvey. I'd like to make a comment. And, you know, sometimes we have to be careful what we ask for, because on the news, all we see is our people asking for her to be investigated. So the minute she say, okay, here it is, we turn back and say, wow. We forced her to do it. We forced her to pay the money for an investigation. But the other thing is, you know, I believe if we call up here, we can get the information of what we need that's been presented on the meetings, because she told us we can go upstairs to the clerk to get the information. So for the next meeting, if we call up here or if we come up here and go upstairs, we can get the information 2 days in advance, right? No, I know that's for next year, but what I'm talking about is for the future meetings, meaning the monthly meetings. If we come here 2 days in advance, we can get the info on what the meeting is about.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can come get the info, so, because it's too late to correct what happened in the past. All I'm talking about, since we still gonna be living, we might as well do something about the future, because I think if we give her a chance, you know, we all gotta learn. We all gotta learn. So, it's like you can't just come in one day and you master it. But even if y'all don't want to give it a chance, just let it be. So, but the bottom line is, we can come here and get the information. And you know, as a people, we judge ourselves so fast. There's been people in offices for 30, 40 years, and you never heard nothing. But the minute we get here, but we'll be satisfied when she gone and they bring the power back. Then who y'all gonna go to? Let's wait for another great white hope. That's what we gonna do? No, she gonna be gone and they gonna keep her. So let's try
Thank you, sir.
I ain't been here for 5 minutes. I only been here a couple minutes.
Oh, that's right, man, keep on.
I'm cool, I'll leave. No problem.
Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and everybody in favor of approving.
Situation at hand. Don't take what I say personal. I'm talking to the committee.
You guys make sure that your comments pertain precisely to the road and bridge report that we're voting on.
Okay, you have a second on the floor, so it's no more public comment. That's what she's supposedly and told everybody. I know, but I'm telling you the facts. So it's no public comment right now. And you guys have voted. So once you did a motion and a second and voted, there's no more discussion. Public comment is number 9, so you can save your comment until we get to number 9.
What number we on?
Okay, sir, go ahead.
What number we on? I'm lost. I'm confused.
Go ahead.
So I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but you know, this is a digital world. I'm registered with the Township of Thornton, and I receive all kinds of emails. Why can't that information come out as an update? Just a simple question, something that can be done very easily going forward. Send the information out via email, or put it on the website where people know how to get it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take the vote to approve the road and bridge report as read. Everybody in favor? Hold your cards up, please.
The people who work in the criminal department, they got all these kinds of.
Okay, so the lady with the blonde, I feel like that's Miss Sandra. It can't be.
All opposed?
She voted with the cheetah print. I can't tell. Right there.
Motion passed. Next on the agenda, we're going to approve the resolution authorizing disposal by public sale of personal property owned by Thornton Township. There is none, so we're going to go ahead and keep going. The next item on the agenda is for a motion to schedule the next annual town hall meeting for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. State law mandates that the township meeting be held on the second Tuesday in April after 6 p.m. unless a different time is voted on by the electors. Okay, so Tuesday, April 8th at 6:01 p.m.
So the law states that whenever the consolidated election provided for in this section of the code is rescheduled to the second Tuesday, or rescheduled to second Tuesday in April under a provision of the election code, the annual township meeting shall be held on the third Tuesday in April at the time designated by the electors or the township board, whichever is appropriate. So the third Tuesday in April would be 1 week after that, so I believe that would be April 15th. Let me just double check. April 15th.
Okay, so we're going to amend the motion to schedule the next annual town hall meeting for Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 6:01 p.m. Can I get your name? Who's second? Okay. With a motion and a second, I'll open the floor for questions or comments. Given that there is no question or comments, all in favor of scheduling the next board meeting for April 15th, 2025 at 6:00 Town Hall meeting for April 15th, 2025 at 6:01 p.m. Please hold your cards up. All opposed? Motion passed. Now we're going to open up the floor for any public questions or comments.
Okay, y'all ready? Comments?
For elected officials? Who is he? Elected officials, please.
Elected officials first?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hold on, just elected officials right now.
I always see him at all.
No.
Elected
I thought he was elected.
Any elected officials have comments?
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to tell everybody thank you for coming out. It's great to see people being involved in kind of what I like to call an organic, people coming out, meaning people are here because they want to be here, because they want to know what's going on in their township, which, like, once again, I just think is great. So thank you for coming out. I'm not one to really prepare a speech or anything like that, but I always kind of have a few points that I want to generally talk about. But for today, as people speak, I kind of take notes because I want to know what people are saying. With that being said, I just want to, Robert read it 3 times, but just real quick, I want to read just a couple lines here. We, the undersigned trustees and town clerk of said town of Thornton, do hereby certify that we have this day examined the foregoing account, vouchers, annual report, etc. I kind of, to piggyback on something some of the people were saying, not having the correct information, it's kind of hard to do that. Because I basically just saw this today as well. Now, something could have been emailed to me, wasn't, I guess like they said, I could have went and gotten in line, or not gotten in line, but, went to the clerk's office, but that just doesn't seem necessary, or should be necessary for somebody who's on the board. But it's hard to make decisions. I've been voting no, I don't know if anybody knows that, for quite some time, for even just our meetings every 2 weeks, kind of based on this, information not being properly given, in my opinion. I'll say that, and I'm just speaking for myself for right now. I heard a lot of people just kind of throwing stuff out there when some of the people were talking as far as, oh, this is old information, we just need to vote so we can move forward. Well, no, that's really not the case. Because I don't care whether it's last year or the coming year, we need to see information such as invoices, statements, receipts. We could see it says XYZ, $30,000, but what does that mean? If you're not able to see it, how do you make an educated choice on that? And like I said, I was kind of biting my tongue here because I wanted to say, yes, I agree with people or whatever, but everybody's got to have their, I don't want to interrupt anybody, that's not what we're here about. But I think, just kind of sitting here and seeing that's what I felt that people were kind of trying to say. Once again, it is hard when you don't have something in front of you. Okay, we have a board meeting right after this. I haven't seen any of those bills. So, once again, I'm supposed to just say yes, just because, what? Why? I mean, give me a reason. So, like I said, once again, I think that's just what the people were trying to say, and I do want to piggyback that, kind of welcome to my world in a way. And it's not a good thing, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that to be, to make a joke out of it. I'm not, But like I said, definitely have the same concerns as a lot of the citizens that are here anyways tonight. I want to say all. One of the other things, people talked about audits and that, and there's different types. There's one that's just simply, it says, okay, there was XYZ check made out for $300, and that's basically all they're really looking for, to make sure there's a check that equals a dollar amount. But let's look more as what you would look at as more like a forensic audit, where they really dive in, take things apart, and literally line by line and go through things. And then, once again, back that up with an invoice, with a statement, whatever it might be. So I mean, that's, like I said, I could probably be here all night, but I know we've been here a while. So for tonight, I'll just leave it at that. Once again, I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and you know, we'll keep going.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself this evening and you got a ton of great information. But what I will say is, it's people that sit on this board, and I'm speaking of Trustee Gonzalez that just spoke, and said nothing or did nothing when Frank Zuccarelli was the supervisor. Didn't ask not one question.
No, because somebody else did something. You
All right, I have the floor. Thank you. You can move all you want, and that's fine.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it down.
Are y'all done?
I appreciate you guys. Let's let her finish.
I know y'all don't like the truth, and it's okay. It's okay. So you can go check minutes and check things, and you will see what I'm saying. I always tell you to check facts, and then you will know what it is. So anyway, all right. Don't finish my statement, so you can boo all you want. As I was stating, people sat here and didn't say anything. So
The elected officials are making their public comments. You guys are next.
Excuse me? I have the floor.
I said the elected officials are making their comments.
And
The public is next. I
You
asked
have
them
my
to
comment.
be
So you
quiet.
interrupted me if I have my comment. Let me finish.
You wanted me to put order in the room. That's exactly what I did.
Okay. As I was stating, moving forward, I hope everybody, including Chris Gonzalez, y'all be as active and as wanting information from other municipalities as you do here. I hope y'all go into South Holland, Calumet City, Riverdale, Harvey, and ask all these questions that you're asking before us. Because I don't see it being fair that you guys come to one body of government and ask 1,000,001 questions, and then when we give you the information, no one writes anything good about all the great things we do here at Thornton Township, including the surpluses that we have. Because everybody wants it to continue to be a shit show and not really show facts as it relates to what's really going on in our township. When I took over as your supervisor, I have increased every single department demands as it relates to services to our residents. And you can go through each and every one of our departments and speak to all of our department heads. And they will tell you exactly what we have done and what we have improved. If you want your kids to go to after school, we have after school for all. And it is free. They can learn Spanish, they can learn penmanship, they can learn everything. You out of order. Can I finish my statement, please? And thank you. So we have all those things going over at the Riverdale location. And as it relates to food, if you are hungry, we feed any and everybody in Thornton Township. So please go to our food pantry in Harvey. We have that. And then if you need a ride to the doctor, to the library, to the grocery store, we take you for free. These are all the things we do here in Thornton Township that's free to residents. You don't have to pay anything. That's what people don't tell you. But yet we have a surplus. So that's what I want to educate the public on. Stop listening to people that just negative and come and get the proof and the facts for yourself. And that way you'll know what to do with the information because you are benefiting from your residents. We have serviced over 10,000 people in GA alone this last year. Y'all wasn't having or hitting on no numbers like that until I came. That shows you that we really want to service our community. And in doing so, we have cut costs and we have basically created a surplus, but that's what you're missing because you're so in the mess that you're forgetting the facts of what we really are producing here at Thornton Township. We are a family, despite what you may think or say. That's what we are. We're here to help each other, not hurt each other, and it's a shame that us, I'm talking to my black and brown communities, will sit here and fight back and forth with people. It's a shame that y'all do that. It's sad. So I'm telling y'all that you can boo all you want. I really don't care because I'm still saying my statement. But it's a shame that you guys do that and not give people a chance. Guess what? I am the youth. I am the future, no matter what you think or may say. I have made history several times, no matter what y'all say. So what I'm saying is while I'm in the seat, I'm going to do the work. good, bad, or indifferent, or however anybody feels. But what I'm saying to you is, please give people the opportunity to lead. Give them a chance. Stop just beating up on people just because, and you ain't got no proof or no facts. Stop sitting here pushing people to the side. Go learn a person. Go talk to them for yourself. Understand what's going on in the community for yourself with them. Don't just go off of what someone says is all I'm saying, because I'm here, right? Next would be somebody else's daughter, somebody else's son. I'm going to pass the baton, and I don't want y'all to treat them like that. So that's why I stand this by you, because I want to show them what it looks like to fight against controversy and stand strong, 10 toes down, and show them that you will be victorious in the end. I guarantee you that. All that y'all think and all that y'all want bad for me, gonna all turn around, and then you will be on the other side looking, saying, dang, she was telling the truth this entire time. I have board members and people that have been stealing from the township that's in this room currently right now. I told the media when I first became supervisor, I told the media this, and I told them I had the proof, and they did not want to write not one story about it. So all I could do is just produce my stuff. When I put my podcast out and I spoke Truth Speaks, Tiffany Hilliard on the Move podcast, and I spoke truth to everything everybody was saying. Why I go down within 2 hours? I had over 20,000 views in 2 hours. But this is the stuff I'm talking about. If you want it from me, you have to listen. You can't just sit here and have a blind eye when you come before me and don't want to hear both sides of the story. Always listen to both sides of the story. Don't listen to one side and don't got the other side. You be making the worst decision of your life because you only heard one side. And all I am here to say is, hey, I still love all y'all. The hateful and all y'all be on my lines getting food, getting transportation. I'm still feed y'all. Just know that. I'm still feed y'all. Take care of y'all no matter what. Okay? But if anybody really want to know what's been going on in this township, please reach out to myself. My line is always open. My door will always be open. And I thank y'all for everything and for coming out and for supporting me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna, if there's no other elected officials, I'm gonna open the floor for the public to speak. They wanted me to do a 3-minute time limit, but since the elected officials got to speak as long as they wanted to, I think it's fair that the public does. So you guys can get up, take your time. Go ahead, sir, please state your name.
Good evening, everybody. My name is T.O. Hardiman. I'm a former resident here in Calumet City. You know what? The bottom line is, I'm here really to just be straight up with y'all tonight, right? Some people may be good with me, some people may not be good with me. That's okay. We all human beings. There's nobody in here that's perfect tonight. Not one person sitting in here is perfect tonight, all right? Tiffany hasn't been charged with any crimes, number one. Hear me clearly on this. I just want y'all to listen to me just for, all I'm asking y'all to do is listen to me for a minute, right? This lady has not been charged with anything, and we ready to throw the baby away with the bathwater. When y'all elected Tiffany as a supervisor in Thornton Township, wait a minute.
Hold on, you guys.
Wait a minute.
Let's let him speak, and then you guys can get up to the podium and give your opinion. Let him speak.
Everybody has an opportunity to speak. The bottom line, nobody paid me to come out here. I'm not on nobody's payroll, okay? Investigate that. I'm not on nobody's payroll. What I'm saying is, black folks, we continue to tear each other down all the, I want to cuss, but I ain't going to cuss. Check it out. We continue to tear each other down all the time. Our division and lack of unity is destroying us as black folks. Why don't we try to mediate with Tiffany instead of investigate? Why don't we mediate? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we set for a mediation session with the people in the Thornton Township? Seriously, try to mediate with us first, then if it doesn't work, that's another story, right? You got another election coming up in 2025, deal with this shit then. Seriously, what I'm saying to y'all from the man to the body, I live out here in Calumet City. Look here, I'm the guy that they call, hold up for a minute. I'm the guy that they call to mediate conflicts on the street. I've mediated conflicts with politicians. I've mediated conflicts in corporate settings as well. A lot of people call me, my personal friends call me and say, why you going out here speaking up for Tiffany? Tiffany's a friend of mine. I'm speaking up, and I'm speaking up for any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? So hear me clearly on this. Before I get out of here, I'm asking y'all to mediate this thing with Tiffany before passing judgment on her. Check it out. Listen to me with some reason here. It's issues on both sides, goddammit. Both sides got issues. It's not just one-sided. It's issues on both sides. Mediate the conflict first, and then you pass your judgment. That's all I'm saying. Black folks have been under the gun for centuries, man. Centuries. We condemn each other, we charge each other with a bunch of stuff out here without no proof positive on it. All of us got issues. There's not one person in here that ain't got no issue, man. Let's stop playing games. I'm saying let's stop playing games. I don't want no money. Let me be clear with y'all. All I want to do is mediate this thing and bring it back to love and happiness out here in Thornton Township. You're going to always have naysayers. Listen to me. Everybody's double talking, cross talking, and all that kind of shit there. Let me say this to y'all. We know what? Our lack of discipline is killing us. It's killing us. And I ain't going to overdo it. I just want to say that out of respect for the process. And you know what? I want to say some other things, but I'm going to leave it alone tonight, you know. But look here, how many people, let's be honest just for a minute. How many people with a show of hands, would be willing to try to help mediate this thing?
Thank you, sir.
How many people with a show of hands? I mean, that's crazy. Not one black man in here should be going against a black woman. That's what I'm going to say. Not one motherfucker in here.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir. Can you guys form a line in the back?
He don't got no jurisdiction over here.
Go ahead, sir.
Once again, this is Orisha Matosa. And you know, like I said, I'm 23. This is my first town hall meeting, and I think one of the important things that you actually mentioned yourself, Supervisor, is that you know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Data doesn't. So I understand that this body is saying that by law we're only obligated to publish these numbers in the clerk's office 48 hours prior or hand it out. But it's worthwhile to evaluate policy as opposed to law. So like my question would be, you know, you want civic engagement, especially from the youth, but isn't it worthwhile taking good faith actions that will actually lead to an increased amount of engagement? So for example, one of the questions that I actually asked, and I didn't necessarily get a clear answer, obviously, you know, fill in the blanks, I got the answer, was that, hey, if this is information that is being readily produced, it's clear that we have a database that has these numbers that we're, you know, using to concatenate all this information. Why isn't that being published online for increased accessibility? You know, this is what I mean by good faith actions. You say that you want us to be civically engaged. You say that you want us to be showing up and be present in these meetings. But from my first meeting at Thornton Township, it seems like there's actions that are being taken that are at the detriment of the citizens of this township. So the one thing that I really do want to advocate is just for transparency, visibility. You know, I'm a firm believer that the internet lies. You know, you can look on the internet and they'll say 1,000,000+1 things. And I'm a firm believer that if we only looked at people as the summations of all their faults, you know, all of us would be sinners. But the reality of the situation is that it's important for us as a community to be engaged. And in order to engage the community, we need access to data. Now, I'm also going to bring up another topic that wasn't necessarily mentioned here, but I do have a genuine question about crime. You know, I'm 23 years old, but my dad has been here for about 28 years. He owns his home. And especially in the past few years, the proliferation of crime has been rampant. You know, just on Ingleside Avenue, my sister got her car stolen right in front of her house. Just 2 days ago, there was robbers walking down Ingleside Avenue doing petty theft, opening all the cars on the street. It was only by God's grace that a police officer pulled around the corner. And the reality of the situation is the police officers ultimately let them go. There was 2 men there. They only talked to one because the second one ran through the back of our backyard and ran to Drexel. I'm sure they rendezvoused at the park that, if you guys exit towards Sibley, you know that park right there. So my question would be, I would love to know, because I do want to be, especially as a youth member, someone who actually, especially since I graduated college and actually have a high-paying job and I've started actually contributing to taxes, I want to know when the next conversation or referendum pertaining crime and how we resolve crime and also how we mitigate future crime could occur. Because yeah, we could talk about financials, but I also do care about safety. I care about the safety of my community. I care about the safety of my neighbors. And it seems time and time again, there's been a degradation of safety within our communities. I don't know if anybody else feels that that, but being a youth person myself, seeing, growing up in this neighborhood, I've seen what it was when I was 4, 5, 6, and I can see what it is now that I'm 23. So those are my only comments.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to tip my hat off to you, Tiffany, for what you were appointed to this seat. And as a
Ma'am, I'm
former
sorry. Can
elected
you please
official,
state your name and address?
Felicia Johnson, 14440 Union Avenue, Harvey, Illinois.
Thank you.
I want to tip my hat off to you because I believe in respecting the seat. Even though I didn't agree with things that Frank Zuccarelli did when he was here, rest his soul, I respected the seat. So, as a elected official, former elected official, what can I do to help you? Because that's what I'm failing to see in these communities. Everybody is throwing at you everything that you're doing wrong. Nobody has stepped up to say, I'm not gonna knock your crown off, Queen. I'm gonna straighten it. What can I do to help you? You let me know.
Thank you, ma'am. State your name.
Hello, my name is Don Core Parker, 16245 State Street, South Holland, Illinois. I'm a 20-year Thornton Township employee. First of all, in this very building, Barack Obama stood here. And one thing we never stood here under Frank is race. Black, white, Asian, or Latin, we all got along. So no disrespect to UTO, but we don't do that here. This is our house. And first of all, we understand one thing. When you're doing wrong, you need to be corrected. So I only have one question, Ms. Darlene Gray. Do you think that the board is doing a good job right now? Frank told me to ask you that.
You ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. First of all, I sat with Frank for 30 years. I worked with Frank with his first election. So don't tell me about the 30 years he sat here and the people that I worked in the cold for to see that they had jobs here. I am ashamed. You know what? You hire people to do their jobs, and those people are
Make it clear what you're ashamed of.
No, you Don Court. First of all,
what could you be ashamed of me for? You're sitting here and you were elected by us, the Z team, and you know what we stand for, and you're not displaying that, and you know it.
What is the Z team standing for?
Let her finish.
Tell me this. You tell me, Frank,
and Tiffany, you're doing
this.
such a good job. No one can contest to you. Frank can't even
Let
close to you. I mean, Frank never had his name in the paper as many times as you. He's never been on TV as much as you. I mean, come on, he can't even compare to you. Back to you.
All right. Okay, trust me.
Answer the question. You're tap dancing out the back door.
They turned off the wrong mic.
The question is, do you think that you guys are doing a good job?
You can finish your comment, Don. Go ahead.
Darlene, with all due respect, my love for you will never change, but you know where we come from and you know what we stand for, and you're not displaying that. And if I did something wrong, as a young man, you guys would chastise me. I've been with you all for 20 years, and you guys know better. And look at Pepe over there not saying a word.
That's him right here with the black shirt. Yeah.
We ain't gonna mess with Pepe, but one alone stand 1,000 strong. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. When you see something, say something. It's not just a slogan. Now, at the end of the day, who all on that board thinks that they're doing a good job? Cassandra, are you guys doing a good job as a whole?
We can't hear.
I am the assessor for the township. In the assessor's office,
This is
We are
public
doing a
comment,
very
not
good
Q&A,
job.
original one.
Gotcha,
Just so you
gotcha.
know, you can make your statement and move on.
I got you. Okay, so basically the question wasn't answered. We know what our standard used to be. It's not the same, and we all know what we need to do now. Is that correct? Is everybody here registered to vote? Okay, so at the end of the day, make sure everybody has their voter registration card. All this back and forth on the media, you ain't going nowhere. Election day is where we make the change.
Thank you.
I told my people I came with I wouldn't speak again, but I'm compelled to do so. When I'm here.
Can you give your name, please, ma'am? Just your
again,
name.
Wendy Kelly, South Holland, Illinois.
That's right. That's right.
As I sit here today, again, I've never worked in government, and I'm really appalled. I'm appalled at the financial report and how that's distributed. Nobody has dial-up internet anymore. This is 2024. We should be openly and clearly communicating information in a timely fashion. Now, I have to put you on the spot, Ms. Henyard. You said at the Township Talks that that information would be available on Monday, April 1st, come down to the Township Hall. I was there. It wasn't. I came back Thursday. It wasn't. I came back on Monday morning and got a copy. So I did have an opportunity to review. So again, with technology, and I, from an IT background, I'm a computer nerd. There's no excuse that we shouldn't have that information available to people so that they can review it in advance and come to a forum like this prepared. And that's just a reflection, and it's not because you're a black woman. That's my world. I grew up, I was one of the only people in IT in a white world. I got picked on, I was a single black mom, I was all those things. It's not about that, it's being accountable. It's being accountable for the role that, and you guys are doing a great job, but you're paid to do a great job. You're doing your job. At those salaries, I wouldn't expect anything less. Not at all. I looked at the report. I wouldn't expect anything less. If you were doing less, I would say, what are you doing with the money? So, again, this is not attacking you as a black woman. I've always been held accountable for my performance, my results, and I expect the same of you. That's it, that's all. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gardis Watts, 14745 South Park Avenue, South Holland, Illinois. Greetings, moderator, Madam Supervisor, trustees, administrators, and residents. Once again, this administration seems not to care about the dissatisfaction the people of this township has against the supervisor and her staunch opponents. You would have thought that voting down the health referendum for a second time would have made the message clear to this administration. But yet the supervisor had made it clear in her own mind in the last meeting that we are the ones that are wrong. We have been called brainwashed, hoodwinked, and led astray. And she was bold enough to talk to residents that live and vote here as if they were subjects under her rule. No, Madam Supervisor, we are not brainwashed. We are fed up. Nobody said that we didn't think mental health was important. We just don't trust you to fix it. Now, in the last township meeting, you talked about this township still having a mental health service. I just asked about the budget, and I didn't get a clear answer. Can you provide the name of the person who leads this program? Next question. Are they qualified to be mental health service providers?
Somebody have answers? It's questions and comments.
I'm gonna clear it up one more time.
Questions and comments. This is not Q&A. Your original agenda said questions and comments. To learn the job.
All right,
It's public comment.
Never mind.
You know what
If
it
you
says
would
on
not
the
like
next
to
time, I'm
answer,
so
I understand.
sorry.
Because you don't want to answer to anybody because you feel like you don't report to nobody when it concerns your decisions and behavior.
Report to jail soon.
We at the trustees and administrators who support your obnoxious actions. And trust me, their day is coming as well. We will not support your intentional splurging of Township money to destroy Dalton. We will not support your efforts to subvert democracy in that village, and we will not support your scandalous conduct as the mayor of Dalton that uses the police force as a Gestapo unit to terrorize residents. You, out of all people, as a black woman, should know better. The people of this township stand in solidarity with our fellow township residents in Dalton. You have done nothing to build a true relationship with the residents. All you have done was feed your ego. Proverbs 16:18 states that pride comes before destruction and an arrogant spirit before a fall. And what you witnessed last Monday was a sign of things to come. Rules without relationship breed rebellion. And before any former or current employees of this township come up here and talk about me, just let them know that I was hired here without a criminal record. Justice for Christopher Moore, justice for Tavares Davis, and justice for Alexis Wilson.
Oh, wow!
I'm Beatrice. I live in South Holland. I really don't, I'm not a political person, but what I do want to say is, you guys are concerned about your safety. I work here. I just graduated out of college. I'm worried about my safety as well. The media, I really don't, like, to be blunt, I don't care about political stuff, but the media is like badgering the workers. Like, I'm actually scared to come to work. You want me to quit, but you also want me to work for the community that I go, hold on, no, I don't have a stop. Hold on. Shut up and let her talk. I live here. I'm under the, can I? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore.
Girl, keep talking. Don't listen. Keep talking. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, you out of order. Go ahead with your statement.
I just want to say we have nothing to do with the campaign. All we do, all the workers do, is come here to help you guys. We don't have a we don't really care. When we come to work, my first priority is, when I even said it when I was interviewing for here, I don't care about what's going on. I barely watch the news. All I want to do is work for my community. I volunteered a lot in Chicago, and I came here to volunteer and work for my community. So it's very scary when you have grown men coming at you and threatening you. It's scary. Like, I'm scared to go to work. I'm scared. I don't want to feel scared to go to work every day.
Keep it down, everybody. Please let her finish.
And I'm shaking because, like, there's always going to be something wrong with whatever political or whatever, whoever's the head charge. I'm saying leave the people that care about you alone. Because you want to hire new people and you're telling them to come in here. And when they're hired and they have nothing to do with anything at all, and you're bringing us in, and you're threatening us after you put us in, like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about the people that work at GA that's working with the seniors. I'm not talking about Tiffany. I don't care. I don't care about the election. I barely even, like, I don't care.
Guys, keep it down. Let her finish her comment.
You're saying follow a police report, right? But when a media like him come up to me, and I'm trying to run behind, I don't, like, honest to God, I don't care about politics. I care about my safety. And if the community members are speaking, go ahead, speak. Power to you. I'm not disregarding anything you're saying. If anything, I feel like you have a right to say whatever you want. You have that right. You live here, you pay your taxes, you have that right. But what do we have to do with this? We don't have anything to do with it. What? When I'm just filing paperwork or putting in employees' names, what do I have to do with this? That you're coming here and threatening me. What do I have to do with it?
Thank you, ma'am.
I had a coworker that they listed her children's names out of nowhere. She has nothing to do with anything. her children. They're not even in high school yet. So say what you want to say to these people, but leave the people that aren't a part of this political party alone. It's like you're saying you're going to McDonald's and threatening a McDonald's worker just because they work there. You don't like the CEO of McDonald's. They don't have anything to do with the CEO. They're just a worker. They're just flipping burgers. I'm just flipping burgers. I don't have anything to do with anything up there. So please stop. You right there, when you're trying to antagonize him, like that's scary.
It's the law.
He's a YouTuber. It's scary.
It's the law.
You're saying
he's not breaking the law though, but he ain't breaking the law.
I'm saying there's sides to everything.
Everybody, it's not against the law. That's all. Occupation don't matter.
I would like to
It
believe
ain't
that
against the
I'm a
law.
smart individual. All I'm saying is just leave us separate from this. Please. That's all I'm asking, especially to the media.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody get held accountable, but the people who should be held accountable.
Oh Lord, oh Lord.
My name is Jedediah Brown, and I'm homeless. So I can be everywhere. But that being said, to the young lady that was speaking, I want her to know that as a man that's advocating, I heard everything she said. And I'm asking for everybody to be as gentle and kind to the employees who have inherited this mess. We are not trying to attack the employees, but if you be disrespectful, we'll match it. And then with that being said, I would like to also make it very clear, we're not here for you. But because you work in this government, understand people's lives are affected by this government. And just like I care about the young lady who spoke, I care about the young lady who made sexual assault allegations and who confided in the leader. And the leader who had a constitutional duty to report that to the local Las Vegas police abdicated that duty so that she can sit there with nice hair and nice clothes and nice bottles of water. So if I'm going to protect one employee, I'm going to protect them all. But what I want to do here, because I don't live in this particular area of my homelessness, I want to say this to you, Tiffany. You had an opportunity as a black woman, as an elected official, to stand on the shoulders of so many of the most disrespected women in the history of this nation, to actually create something that will give generations behind you something that they can model after. However, this has been the Tiffany Henyard Show. This place is completely, your face is everywhere. You also, I know you got those banners inside of the village that you didn't put up yet. You could go ahead and put them up. We know what you own. But this is the thing. The reason why people should never vote for anything with this administration without knowing the facts is because they got a whole history of trying to hide their corruption. Nobody in good government, not even, especially not a superman, especially not a black woman who understands the road that you have and understands that the history that you're creating, there's going to be another black woman that's going to run, and she's going to be looked at through the lens of what you do in your governing. So when everybody say, oh, this is a black woman, we got to think about all black women. Because I know a lot of black women that's going to school right now, they aspire to be exactly where you were blessed. You were an illegitimate mayor. You were recalled by the people. However, you overcame it. That was God giving you an opportunity to make something of it and prove them wrong. But exactly what's happening, this is not people that's just disgruntled. But the Bible says that when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And then Dr. Martin Luther King said that unrest is the voice of those that have not been heard. So what you're dealing with is people trying to figure out how does a man that's homeless come to try to bring awareness to what's going on, like a police officer. I have a video of one of your officers having sex in your jail cell. I'm trying to figure out how does a woman who you know have compromised, sensitive, investigative material, how do you have a woman who is unethical in every sense of the word, had an irresponsible relationship with your former chief's child, did it on company time in a company vehicle and left the village when she should have been there protecting the citizens. She was trying to get her rocks off. This is what I'm trying to figure out. How does that woman become internal affairs for the police department, and then I get served with a restraining order today from that woman, and you allow her to be a police officer still in your department? With that being said, let me make it clear. If you're unethical on one side, We got to watch you on another. So the way you lead as a mayor is why we're handling you this way as a supervisor. And the best thing you can do with all the controversy is step aside and don't make these people have to go through another day, because I'm going to tell you something. Yes, you're beautiful, and yes, you have done you've done things that people have not done. But your presence is now a harm to these individuals. And then I'm going to ask you this one simple question, because this is what I'm really here for, and I can say so much. Because I'd say you always give out receipts. I'm trying to figure out why not one time have you got on anything and spoke to that young woman who said that she was sexually assaulted. I have seen no empathy from you and not no time. You've not spoke about her. You said you're okay. You talked about what you are doing, but what about what she's been going through for the last year? And I understand. Let's not talk about an investigation while it was pending, but it wasn't pending until it was exposed. And she had to do it herself because you betrayed her. So my question now to you is, now that the media have put out the name of the accused trustee, Andrew Holmes, who is the only trustee who has an office in your building, I'm asking you this question. Are you going to call for his resignation? Are you going to fight or get him removed from office? Are you going to cooperate with a fair and transparent, thorough investigation into these sexual assault allegations? Are you going to apologize to that girl while you want us to be nice to this girl? And I'll leave you with this. This isn't personal for me, but I will be releasing everything that I have, and y'all can send every bit of piece of paperwork. You can weaponize your police department, and you can look at me all smug. But I'll tell you what I do know. Everybody has their day, and I'm not afraid. So Jedediah is here to stay.
Thank you, sir.
What the hell is going on here?
My name is Paul Roberts. I live in Lansing, Illinois.
Mr. Roberts, can you pull the mic closer to your mouth?
Yes, my name is Paul Roberts. I live in Lansing. I think we need a little bit of relief, so I'll go back into some bureaucratic details. Clerk Key did her job. She posted minutes of the last meeting and the agenda for this meeting on time. And as this gentleman over here said, we had plenty of time to see the agenda, and we're now in number 9, which was originally not comments, but comments and questions. I didn't hear very many answers, but I have heard the supervisor say, don't just listen to what people give you. Don't just listen to the summary numbers of a financial report. Get the facts. Well, that's why I'm here, because I haven't been able to get the facts. And I know that it's very expensive when your FOIA requests are being blocked. And so my question is not for the supervisor who prefers not to answer questions tonight, but the attorney. First of all, I'm hoping that you can clarify your position. Are you the supervisor's attorney or the township's attorney? No. The clerk said that this was comments and questions, and that was what was posted publicly 2 weeks ago. That's why I'm asking the question.
So attorney, we're not answering questions, even though the original agenda was posted that way?
It said comments.
The original agenda posted says comments and questions.
Well,
You guys changed it today when we got to this meeting.
okay, you finish? Okay, again, my comment is public comment, so you can ask.
The agenda posted,
Okay.
attorney, the original agenda posted said questions and comments. I saw you look it up. I am correct, right? That the original agenda posted said questions and comments, correct? Because I saw you look it up on your laptop just now.
Well, first of all, I can look up a bunch of things on my laptop. That's the first thing. Second thing is I have absolutely no idea what was posted here at the township. I know what was sent over to me, and I know what I have in my hand right here. In my hand right here, it says comments. And
Well, if you are the township attorney, may we ask you for help in getting our FOIA requests answered?
I would.
I know your response.
I would love for them to answer questions, but I can't force them to do so. So if you would like to ask more questions, you can.
Ask the question, because we know they're not gonna answer, just have it on record, because they don't know nothing.
All right, you're out of order. Can you finish, sir, with your statement so we can move forward?
I'm sorry, I'm the moderator here. You're a resident just like that.
So please, can you please continue with your comments so we can move forward?
Okay, sir.
Answer the question, attorney.
Attorney, we're not going to answer the questions?
Answer the question.
Okay. So they're not going to answer the question. Go ahead and continue to
How
ask.
expensive is it to get a FOIA request answered?
It should be within 5 to 10 days.
I don't have a question.
Thank you. It's a quick question.
He rehearsed his comment.
Thank you so much. I don't have a question because I know I'm not going to get an answer. Mary Avon from Dalton. For all of you people sitting in this room, if you saw what happened to the seniors, and I'm a senior that couldn't get into the building, because that meeting could have been here, a municipal building, and we wouldn't have had that fiasco. When you don't answer questions, there's something to hide. This is not the first meeting, and I second everything Jedediah Brown said. I am sponsoring, along with other Dalton citizens, a rally. April 27th at the old Sears at River Oaks, and it's entitled Unity, Take Our Township Back. Not a protest, but we want to be seen in numbers. We want the world, since they got involved in all of this, we want the world to know that we want this just as much as they want it for us. Please come out. 1 o'clock, April 27th, Mary Avon is my name. Anybody come to 15101, I got something for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Because I heard they came to Stud's crib.
Trustee Gonzalez. Great show tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Let's tell the truth. The problem of the whole matter is Cassandra didn't get the supervisorship. You couldn't even get the votes. But we never talk about you holding 2 illegal seats. 2 illegal seats. Only reason why nobody has filed is because can't find nobody to take your seat. You holding 2 illegal seats as a school board member and a township assessor. You have no business holding 2 seats. And the deal was, if she became the supervisor, you was gonna be the assessor. Right? Wasn't that the deal? That was the deal. But we further need to ask you, Chris.
Sure.
What happened?
I'll answer questions.
Why did the supervisor get rid of you from being the assessor before? You were once our assessor.
Correct.
What happened? Why weren't you our assessor anymore?
I chose not to run. I chose not to run.
Why?
He asked me back. So if we left at some type of bad blood, I wouldn't be here.
Okay. Secondly, I feel this township board needs
the ordinance reads that we don't have.
Township board needs to censor him. You need to censor him because he's giving out some information that should not be given out. When you talk about being a government official, you are elected by the people to have duties. Certain things do not belong in the public. And you and Mr. Paul put this thing together. Y'all wanted to have this rally and this type of stuff. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You broke down everything in this township. But you forgot to tell the people too you were in Las Vegas, right? Didn't you go to Las Vegas? Did you go to Las Vegas? Answer my question. Did you go to Las Vegas?
The first year I did.
Did you go?
I know that the township has no business.
Did you go to Las Vegas?
The township has no business.
Yes, you did.
Because I
Yes, you did. You were there. You were there. You were at Las Vegas. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, you were.
Can we please act like adults in here? Get some control of this meeting.
Now you're going to control because the truth is coming out. People hate the truth. You wanted to be the assessor and you couldn't get a second. You couldn't get a second. Now you want to fire her because you couldn't get a second. This is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's And then you got an office in Calumet City. Should our records be in Calumet City, City Hall? No, they should not. They should not. They should be here at the township. Let's talk the truth. Well, the people didn't put you there. They didn't put you there. They didn't put you there. They didn't vote for you. They didn't vote for you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Now, I'm not finished. I get to talk all I want. Secondly, I want this board, since we want an investigation, I'm asking the four trustees, please release the information about the employees that got all these bonuses off of the taxpayers. Release the information of the employees that got gas off of the township. Please release it. Please release it. Release about the $5 million deficit. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Talk about the truth. Put the truth out. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. But that's what I'm here for. Instead of we sitting here trying to down her, we should be trying to uplift her. Trying to help her. And there's so many people that wanted that seat, but they couldn't get a second. She got it. So support her. She ain't even been in office long enough. But I'm tired of it. You tried to make a show here, Trustee Gonzalez. You wanted this. You wanted a show. You put it together. But tell the people why you don't vote on their bills. Why you don't vote on their bills? Why? Why?
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Talk about it. We need to talk about the truth. And secondly, let's talk more. The reason why a lot of these people are here tonight is because of your senator. Your no good senator, Napoleon Harris, that does nothing. Matter of fact, she sits on the board. Tell them about the bonuses you got, Stephanie. Tell them. Was it legal? Was it legal?
You already posted it on Facebook, sir, talking about
was it legal?
You already posted it.
You had no high school diploma. Sitting in a chair.
And I worked 22 years.
No high school diploma. And you got mad because she told you she didn't want you in that position. She didn't want you in that position.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
And now you're the park district director over in Thornton. Don't have a degree. You don't have a degree.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
You don't have a degree. You don't have a degree.
But I have a job.
I got one too.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. It is a shame how you lead these people for your own good. It's a shame. You behind it all, Stephanie. But guess what? Guess what? You gotta give an account for it. You gotta account for it. You gotta account for it.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Account for it. You gotta give an account. You gotta give an account.
All right, you guys keep it down.
Black people that sell out. You a sellout. You a sellout. You out of order.
All right, thank you, Mr. Smith.
You a sellout.
All right, you guys.
How much did they pay you, Jedediah? How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? Right. Just like I said, it is a shame.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
It is a shame. It is a shame.
Thank you.
It is a shame. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But I ask that this board censor Gonzalez. He needs to be censored. He needs to be censored. He needs to be censored. He needs to be censored.
Thank you. All right, you guys, let's keep it down so that the next person can speak. Thank you. All right, you guys, keep it down so the next speaker can be heard.
My name is Trina Downs. I'm from Dalton, Illinois, on 151st and Grant. Everybody knows where I live, basically. To the person that kicked my gate down. Public service announcement. My gun card is good, and I go to the bank. And so, Mr. Gonzalez, you stated that in a meeting I saw with the Lansing Journal, In a Lansing Journal interview, you stated that the board decided to put Tiffany Hilliard in as supervisor because you wanted to avoid chaos with the residents having a chance to voice their opinion in a vote. However, it's way more chaotic with the choice that the board has made for the people. And so the people's voice should never be silent. I would also like to address the attorney in regards to incompatibility of office. She is the township supervisor. She is also the mayor of Dalton. The common law doctrine of incompatibility of public offices precludes one person from simultaneously holding two incompatible public offices. This is from the Dyer's case. This is from Millward versus Thatcher, Eddie versus County Commissioners of Peoria. She does in fact supervise herself, being Thornton Township Supervisor and Mayor of Dalton. And so, with that being said, this would be considered a plural office in the state of Illinois, would it not? Can you please explain to me why this would not be a plural office or not an office that will be incompatible of holding both positions? You can? You're not going to answer? Okay. Well, I feel that those offices are incompatible, and that is something that can be challenged in court by a regular person, by an attorney, maybe Lori Lightfoot, since they're paying her $400 an hour, I expect big things. And so I don't like big decisions being made for me on behalf of other people. And so I want to hold the board accountable just as much as I'm holding Supervisor Hilliard accountable for the decision being made to put her in a position that seems to be way more chaotic than letting the people have a choice in a vote. And I also like to state that I have FOIA requests for review for the Public Access Officer of Illinois. I have OMA requests for review for the Public Access Council of Illinois. So if you've been violated with not getting a FOIA, if you've been violated in a public meeting or had your civil rights violated, then I have those forms for you. And it's disheartening that I would have to get these forms out for Tiffany. I was locked outside that meeting. I didn't appreciate that. Why would I be locked outside a public meeting? Because it's not safe, because it's a threat, but in fact the threat is sitting on a board. That's a threat. That hurts my heart. You understand what I'm saying to you? First, it was the sexual predator that was hired for code enforcement, right? So you didn't know about that. Then this stuff comes out about Andrew Holmes, and they say you know about that, and you try to suppress it. I don't want you protecting people who are out here raping people. I don't think it's safe for you. I definitely don't think it's safe for justice. I don't want your daughter around people who are suspect. And Andrew Holmes was left for months around just the general public. I didn't know this went on when he came knocking at my door to give me a turkey. I just so happened didn't answer the door. When I'm not trying to be funny, people, this is serious. It was posted on Dalton Politics months and months and months before it came on the news. No means no, Andrew Holmes. But nobody knew what it meant, did we? And we still in the dark as to what it means. But he's roaming freely around everyone and everybody's family. None of this should be going on a taxpayer's dime. Where's anyone's moral compass? Why is people having sex on official municipal trips? Why is this going on? It's just whatever, everybody just, this is what you guys do on our tax dollars, sexually assault others? Because if she was drunk or incapacitated, you can't drive drunk. I can't imagine that you can give sexual consent drunk. And so as a black woman, I want to see you protect black women. And I haven't seen that, Tiffany, since you've been in office. Even in Thornton, when a black woman got beat up at the Citgo. Remember that, when she had to use the bathroom and the guy beat her up and he wasn't arrested? This is what I need. You can look down at the papers, but I know you hear me, right? You're not deaf. She can't hold her head up right now. She gotta ignore me because she knows I really know her heart and I know who she is, and I want to know why she's doing this. Why are you violating our rights to speak? When I stood next to you for you to speak at every turn, I pushed you forward to speak. Don't let them block you out. You a trustee. Don't let Andrew Holmes say you can't speak. You didn't even like him. You said he didn't even live here. But now it's okay. This is not okay. You can't have people that you like in office and in positions because you like them and they're willing to do whatever you want them to do. That's not okay. Especially when they're in Dalton and they're in Thornton. That likens to RICO. Can you explain to your client what a RICO charge is? Are you familiar with what a RICO charge is? I'm sure it doesn't really matter because representing in court, you know, that makes you more money than advising your client properly, right? And so you have a whole lot of people around you who say they're for you and say they're intending for you to have the best things, but they set you up for failure. Chris Gonzalez sitting right down there, he set you up. Oh. Didn't you, Chris? And then you sat on our police board, then you left when it got real crazy, right? That was a good decision. I don't know about that we need a police board because it was 2 men that were hung in Dalton Police Station. They found them hanging in May of 22 and then again in October of 2022. That's 5 months apart. I got my medical examiner report. What a coinky dink. But I thought that Dalton police were responsible for detainees. Why, Lacey? Just hang yourself? That's your advice? I still got that footage. Just hang yourself, right? And so this needs to be absolutely stopped. It really does. I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like what I'm seeing. And so you can stop me now, but you can't stop this pen.
Thank you, Ms. Downs.
My name is Sean Paul Reyes. I'm an independent journalist. My company's name is Long Island Audit, Inc. I travel around the country from New York to California and everywhere in between investigating corruption. I have never, ever seen corruption like Mayor Tiffany Henry. Super mayor, super corrupt. Your police department threatened your police chief, who's not even qualified to be the police chief, can't even pass a simple exam, not even qualified, pulled out his handcuffs to try and intimidate me with unlawful arrest. Another officer threatened to throw me into a cell. There's over 15,000 people here watching you live, Mayor Henry, and you're being a coward. You won't even look me in the eye. 15,000 people and you're disrespectful. 15,000 people watching you here. I've gone to every single state almost, and I've seen the worst of the worst politicians, police officers from Connecticut, everywhere in between. And I've never seen a police department this bad. It needs to be disbanded. You talk about these receipts, where are they? You do these podcasts, but you don't say anything. You don't say anything. I got receipts, you show papers, you shuffle them around, and you don't do anything. Lori Lightfoot's not gonna get you, the FBI's gonna get you, and they're gonna throw you in the federal penitentiary. That day is gonna come. Lori Lightfoot, to everybody here from Dalton, and everybody watching, she has no legal authority to do anything. It's a waste of time. She has a waste of time and money. It's gonna cost you at least $30,000, and she has no subpoena power. She's getting paid $400 an hour. $30,000 is 72 hours. She'll be done in 2 weeks. And then what is she gonna find? That this woman that we all know she's corrupt is corrupt? She's gonna ask Tiffany Henyard for documents that she's never provided to anybody else under FOIA, under law? The Attorney General can't even get her to fork over documents. You think she's gonna hand it over to Lori Lightfoot? She's not. Newsflash, she's not. Tiffany Henyard is going, she has a police vehicle as her personal vehicle. That's against state law. State law. We should call the police right now and have them confiscate her vehicle. South Holland Police needs to confiscate her Tahoe because it has lights, it has a municipal police plate, and Thornton Township's not allowed to have, per state statute, is not allowed to have a police vehicle. And she's driving around in an illegal police vehicle. Probably the person driving is not even law enforcement, impersonating a police officer. You should be ashamed of yourself. 16,800 people watching, Mayor Henyard, Supervisor Henyard, whatever you want to call yourself, Crooked Henyard. And you don't even have the guts to see them, look them in the eye. You don't even have the guts. Because you're a coward and you're a tyrant. I've seen people like you before, but not on your level. And you are going to be put in a federal penitentiary one day. Bring those receipts. You're going to need them. You can read them in your jail cell.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Get over the head up. He's a coward.
My money outside on her truck.
All right, testing, y'all. Can y'all hear me? All right, can I have the floor, please? All right, my name is Nate Fields. I live at 15475 Merrill in South Holland, Illinois. Hey. So, I'm not picking sides up here, y'all. I know what's right from what's wrong, and we all know that. I came up here to ask a question. I'm not looking for an answer because I know it's public comment. That's what I'm gonna be told, right? But I worked here for almost 14 years at Thornton Township under Frank Zuccarelli. I'm the one that found Frank Zuccarelli, okay? This is what happened when, I'm in shock, right? One of the first people came to Frank's house, right? Was you first, Tiffany? I don't know, you came though, you was right there. Your black truck, black dress, it looked like a coat. But when you pulled up, what did you tell me? You remember? She said, Nate, whatever you need, I got you. I got you, Nate. Whatever you need. While I was grieving. I mean, all of us was grieving, still. Getting fired. I went with Tiffany on the first and fourth day to that Springfield trip, and it was beautiful. Nah, I ain't go to Vegas. Yeah, I ain't make it. But, yeah, who knows? Either way, I just want to say that, Tiffany, I want to know why I got fired from Thornton Township. I was told that me as a photographer, I was always told that I was a good photographer. I'm pretty sure that some of the employees that work could attest to that, right? I had some clear work now, but the document that I was given said that my position was no longer needed. Can I know why? be 33. I'll be 33 on the 16th. I just look like this. I'm just saying. But for anybody else listening, this is our time to vote. That's it. It's time to vote. Get y'all people, let's vote. Ain't no back and forth. People ask me why I don't get on Facebook and say something when somebody say something about Frank. What do I look like getting my blood pressure up in front of people I don't know and on fake pages when I got a child, I got responsibilities at home, I got decisions to make. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gotta stop eating corn because y'all just look crazy out here eating all this corn. No, corn is bad for you, for real. It's man-made and it was originally made for cattle, all right? To make them big and fat, all right? I'm just saying, y'all, we need to focus on our health and our wealth. But Tiffany, when you told me that you got me and I trusted in you, you didn't have me. So where's the accountability? Where's the accountability? Where was my mental health? Was you worried then? It's okay though. I'm not picking sides, I just wanted to know.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, everyone. First thing I want y'all to do is think about how many cameras y'all saw in the air today. Everybody's going live. Reporters all over the place recording. And this is how it looks to the world when the first black person gets over Thornton Township. It don't matter if over Thornton Township, I don't know what's that. But what matters to me the most is a lot of people that's on the opposite side, if you want to say sides. One of the biggest problems in the world